Welcome to an express Satsang. I have about 25 minutes to play with you today. And I was wondering, okay, so 25 minutes. What am I going to talk about? So naturally the question was, well, what's the most sincere thing? And that was funny to me because it's like, that's kind of the answer to everything. What's the most sincere thing? That's what we're looking for. And so I want to talk about this movement of the human being that wants something. And naturally there's 1,000 different words we can use to describe that wanting. Let's just say it's some form of connection. We're trying to connect. We want to unite. We know that there's something there. We're looking for it, damn it. We want to find it. And so there's this play of being a human being that is perceivably moving through time, that's trying to connect. And so what is that? What do we want to connect with? And just for a moment, investigate your own path, your own nature, everything you've been looking for your whole life. And can you see that in some way or another it relates to an element of connection? Which in a way it says when we connect with this, we'll be able to relax. We'll be able to enjoy ourselves. We'll stop playing this game that says I'm going to stress myself out now so I can be happy tomorrow. How's that going? We are looking to connect with the most sincere thing. And that's the truth. It's what we want. It is the only thing that we want. The truth. And where is that? Not truth as in some sort of sentence or spiritual phrase, but the truth. What's real? What's alive? Because you see, the thing about reality is if you're going to find out anything about reality, there's only one place you can go to look for it. And that's where reality is happening. Right now. So whatever it is you're looking for, if you're going to find it, you're only going to find it right now. But the question is, do you really want to find it? And if you don't, that's totally okay. I understand. Because you see, reality, life, this moment, this is what's happening. Here we are. In this moment right now, where is the problem? I'm not asking you to imagine a problem. I'm saying right now. Not looking yesterday, not projecting into the future, but right now. In life, in reality. Where is the chain that says you're not free? Where is the chain that says you can't relax? Where is the chain that says you can't just be yourself and be honest and be sincere? Do what resonates. Move in joy. Why not? In life, in the truth, in this very moment, all is incredibly well. And if you're looking for the truth of you, what you really are, that's happening right now. This is where you are. And I ask you, in this moment right now, with regards to you, what is missing? What's true about what you're missing? Not what you imagine, not what you hope for, not what you want. Really. You see the difference between what you think about yourself, what you think about life, and then life. Now. Self. Here. There's a monumental difference between the reality of what is and the life you imagine yourself to be living that seems to be so distant from something it looks for. This is it. Ta-da! You made it. You can all go home now. Connection. Do you know that if you authentically want to connect with a human being, you can't want anything from them? If you're sitting down with someone and you want something from them in the future, you're not going to listen to them. You're going to be on guard to make sure they don't interrupt what it is you want. And in a way it says, don't be fully honest, because you might not give me what I want from you. Don't show me what I'm insecure about. Don't show me what I'm afraid of. Don't be yourself. To really connect is to really listen without an agenda, without trying to get anywhere, without hoping for anything, but just being. And fully allowing that person you are with to be what they are. That's connection. To fully be with someone, with what is. Not trying to change them, not hoping they were different, but really, really seeing them. Not your judgment, but the truth within. To see that they're looking for what you're looking for. What we're all looking for. And in that you see yourself. And you hold a fantastic space that simply says, I love you. Thank you for being what you are. And looking at this principle or dynamic in connection with another human being, look at that relationship with yourself. What do you want from yourself that's not here right now? What do you think about you that is so unlovable, that needs to change? That's so distant from the breath of God? How can you be here when something about you is broken, that the mind demands be fixed in the future? And is that even really you? This discovery that we're all looking for is what you already are. Not what you think about yourself. Not what you hope. Not even what you want. All of that is irrelevant. What you want is the truth of your nature. You want to connect with you, your authenticity, your naturalness, your freedom, the space to simply be yourself. Not your spiritual self, not that image, but the realness. The authenticity that admits, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Tomorrow is a mystery. I don't even know what should happen. And when you finally admit that, because it's the truth, You relax. Maybe somewhere you recognize that it's all going exactly how it's supposed to be going. Do you ever notice how this game of life, it seems like God's just trying to piss you off? Things not going your way. People not doing what they should be doing. It's just not working out all the time. I see this as fantastic because life is just getting you to vomit out your judgment, your argument, so that you can see your own self-imposed limitation. Just so you guys know that this is not serious, by the way. This is just total play. You see, it's like looking at a forest from a great distance. You say, oh my God, that's so beautiful. That's life right there, dancing. It's alive. It's gorgeous. And then you go for a walk through that forest and you say, oh my God, what the hell is going on here? This place is a mess. There's leaves falling on the ground. Dead animals, bugs fighting with each other. Absolute chaos. Could you imagine the insanity of saying someone should come and clean this up? Reorganize the forest so it makes you feel more comfortable? So you don't have to stare at chaos and feel insecure? This is what we do with life. Commenting on everything. Trying to figure it out. As if the forest needs your approval to go on. Not realizing that your role here is not to understand why the forest does what it does, but you're here so that you can enjoy the beauty of what is. And if you're walking through the forest arguing with the sticks in the trees, you're not going to enjoy anything. And I'm sure many of you notice this in nature. You feel at home. You recognize, oh, here I am. This is real. You can feel it breathing through you. And yet it looks like absolute chaos. We only pretend to know why the flowers do what they do. We have no clue. We tell stories about it so that we can feel smart. We figured it out. We've made up all sorts of names that are difficult to pronounce. They must be true. But the confusion is that in the forest there's 10,000 pieces when there are not. There is one breath of God. There is not the many. There is one. It's only the mind that looks out and labels things and says this is this and that is that. And then believes it's creation. And then tries to value one over the other in comparison. Says, oh man, if only this tree was like that tree, then I could relax. Then they'd all be straight. It doesn't work because it's not true. You trying to figure out yourself, a self that's separate and split into 10,000 pieces, is destined for failure. You're trying to figure out your worth and life doesn't understand the question. What do you mean, are you worthy? What? You're breathing, aren't you? Why question it? Why argue? And I'll tell you why. Because you want to be you. And I think somewhere deep down inside, you know that that is not true. That who you think you are is kind of irrelevant. It's an imaginary sense of self-importance. You notice that that's your only difficulty, is trying to protect this idea, as if you were separate from what is, as if you were not intrinsically connected with nature, with everything that is. I like these short, sad songs. I can just get straight to the point. That's nice. This is all I'm doing from now on. 15 minutes in and out, we're done. You see, my friends, there's nothing to figure out. That's the issue. You think there's something to figure out. As if you're not it. And as you go looking for it, you reinforce the idea that you're not it. You see, you ask the mind, what do I want? It gives you a list of 100 things. Not realizing that that's not really what you want. You want what you think that something will give you internally. I want this relationship. Why? Because I want to feel love. Okay, so you don't really want the relationship, you want to feel love. Okay. I really want this job. Why? Because I don't want to worry about money. Oh, so you don't want to worry. Okay. So it's not really the job, you just want to relax. Okay. I want this really nice house. Why? Because I want my mom to approve of me. What you want is the wholeness you already are. The completeness that already is. You think it feels good to get what you want, not realizing you feel good now because you're not wanting anymore. You can relax. You've convinced yourself, I have permission now. I got what I wanted. Everything's okay. And then we just keep playing that game. The mind presents another want. Oh, I must want that now. I better go get it. And it's okay to stress myself out until I get it. The good news about this is that it doesn't matter. Part of the problem is we're just taking this way too seriously. As if something could actually happen to you. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to see what you are not. The only thing you will lose in this life is what you are not. And the only thing you're going to gain is the discovery of what you already are. That is it. That's why you're here. This is what we're all doing. Waking up to what we are as we recognize that this is the most profound gift ever, is to see this miracle. And then let this miracle move through you. Well, that would mean my future is uncertain. Welcome to the club. Has it ever been anything other than that? You've only been pretending to know. Because if you get honest about your worry, the only thing you've been worried about your entire life is that you wouldn't make it to this moment. Sure, you can tell a story about, oh, but I wanted this and wanted that, but really you just wanted to be here. I wanted to know that I'd make it to this moment right now, and I can make a big deep breath and just go, oh, okay, whew, I made it. And you see that all is well. And looking back, you realize, oh, I really didn't need to worry about anything. I didn't even have to worry about my worry. Yes, it didn't go how I thought it was going to go. It never has. And it never will. Ta-da! You see, this is so much easier just admitting the truth. That I don't know. There's a lot less to think about. I don't need to spend time trying to figure out that which is impossible to figure out. I can just come back to where life is real. And through experience, recognizing that something is holding what I am. There is a love that's embracing the truth of me while exposing the bullshit of me. Thank you. Do you ever notice that, like through suffering or heartbreak, when you feel like you lose who you are, your identity collapses? And then after the tantrum, you realize, oh, I'm fine, actually. What was ripped away is what I was holding on to, what I was hiding behind, so that I can see what's actually there. And the more you hold on to that which isn't real, the more it hurts. And so the value in this inquiry is to get clear about what's actually real. What's true about you. And to let fall the limitation. The judgment. The blame. The guilt. The shame. All of these tools that we use to reinforce we are separate from God. This is your gift. This is your power to see what's real. For the one that's willing to see. And hear me when I say, if you're not, it's perfectly fine. You're okay. And I don't have time today to sit around and let you convince me that you're not okay, because I won't believe you. Although that's fun sometimes. Because sometimes you get me. But you're okay. And you know that you're okay. That's why this is funny. It's like the child who runs to mom and dad afraid there's a monster in the closet. There's nothing mom and dad can say to convince the child otherwise. The dad could even go up and say, look, there's nothing in there. But he's hiding. He's in there. There's something to be afraid of. And so you have to find out for yourself that that monster is only a product of your imagination. And then when you see, not someone tells you, but when you see, then you can see that there's nothing to fear. Then you can step into the truth of what you are. And let that truth breathe, finally. I'm taking off for a little trip, and I'll be back a couple weeks. There's another event that I'm doing here. I don't know much detail about it, but I'll be here. And there's other things going on. I have a website. If you're interested, find it. There's books out there. I got a retreat in Spain, December. But it's all irrelevant. It's time for me to shut up. Yeah. And let me just say this in the most playful and compassionate way. I know some of you have a question. Your question's bullshit. I love your question, but it's bullshit. And that's fine. When I come back, we'll have time to play that game. And if the questions are there, they're important because you believe in them, and that's fine. But the only thing that I'm going to show you is that your question's bullshit. And then you go, oh, okay, I can relax now. But within you is the answer already. Is there space to see it? Appreciate you. Aloha and cheers to the beauty that you already are. Thank you.